worked in big retail companies across India, Qatar, Iran, UAE. He's leveraging excellence in fostering cordial customer relations, P&L management, insurance, satisfaction, business retention and growth, based efficiency, mentoring leading buyers, and operations team. So I welcome you, sir, on the behalf of everyone.
Thank you, Madhavi, for a lengthy introduction. I really appreciate. Go ahead. Shall we start?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Can you see the screen?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So thank you very much for the university and for the Just Agriculture. So this is my, I think, fourth year of participation. What I'm trying to do here this time is, yes, you people are part of agriculture, but I'm trying to bring the different side of agriculture in terms of retailing agriculture. So, what are various opportunities in retail in India and abroad? What skill sets, if you're a student, what skill sets are required to do a good job in agri? So, I will try to bring the retail side of understanding, as we are also part of fresh produce retailing stores in based out of Chennai. I will also talk in the end about our company and the opportunities what we have in this company, so that if anybody is interested in employment, we will also have some internship programs and employment plans. So with that note, I'm starting quickly. So this is going to be my agenda today. I will talk about channels of distribution, retailing, types of retailing, and who are the top retailers in the world. What are the various functions in retailing, so that you understand retail in detail, and what are the opportunities which are there in retail in which functions, and what skill sets you need to do well in retail is also what we will deliver. And then we'll have a session in the end for quick questions and answers. So before even you talk about retail, if you look at it, is the slides moving, Madhvi?
Yes, sir, it is working.
Okay, right, good. Now, so if you look at goods movement from the factory to customer, this is called channel of distribution. If you take agriculture, say farm to customer, that is also channels of distribution. So it doesn't change much. So goods are getting produced in factory, and they get a warehouse or stocked in a warehouse, and it goes to various distributors across the country, across the city, across the state, and then from there it goes to retailers, now offline and online, and then final customer will come to buy the goods. So this is the channel which a goods from factory to move to customer. If you understand this channel, retail will be understood much better. Now, what is retailing? Because everybody is now talking about retail, the growth of retail, all of that. So what is retail? Retail is a process where goods are moving from goods are reaching to final consumer. So in retail, if you see the previous slide, only from the retail only it is moving to customer shopper. That is the final activity and crux of the entire retail. The word retail is moved, actually was actually coined, derived from French word called retalia, which means cutting the bulk into pieces. So now in retail also we sell individual pieces mostly, not the cartons. Cartons is done in the distribution and wholesale, but retailing is selling it in the pieces. So retail involves sales of good from sales single point directly to consumer in small quantities. Retail is breaking the bulk into single units. So there are two types of retailing: modern retailing and traditional retailing. Traditional retailing, all of you know, it's your mom and pop shows, Karyana stores, and then Kirana stores, and then local shops. All of that is traditional retailing, which we saw over a period of time. But modern retailing is about your organized retailing, which is having come with the chains. There are multiple supermarket chains, hypermarket chains, department store chains, which is now evolving and coming, and they're also called as organized retailers, which is run by corporate companies. So, what are various types of retail outlets? One, supermarket, hypermarkets, departmental stores, all of this. But I'll quickly explain. Supermarket is a small in size, around 2000 square foot, mostly selling food, which is so fruits and vegetables, food, grocery, basic non-food. Hypermarkets normally are big in size, between 30,000 square foot to 1 lakh square foot, and it will sell multiple categories beyond food. General merchandise, which is plastic items, electronic items, apparels, all of that. And there is a small difference between hypermarkets and departmental store. Departmental store examples are Shopper Stop, Lifestyle, all of that, and mostly focused on selling lifestyle items, which is apparels, fashion, lifestyle items like shoes, perfumes, skincare, all of that. Mostly apparels and departmental store. In India, it is, as I said, Shopper Stop, Lifestyle. These are all part of departmental stores. Apparel stores, which is clothing stores. You know, now there is a huge chain, Zudio, Max, and all of those are part of apparel stores. Then discount stores. This is also coming up big now. So D-Mart is one of the biggest discount store in India. World over, there are very big German chains. I worked in 6 countries before coming back to India now. So I've seen various discount stores which are getting evolved big time and making into top 10 of thing. Wholesale clubs are basically in India. We have Metro. They are cash and carry. They sell to they sell to retailers. They don't sell to customers. They sell to retailers. And specialty stores could be furniture store, all of that. Last and important ones now, which is India is really evolving, is e-commerce or retailers, which is Amazon, Flipkart, Zomato, Zepto, all of these e-commerce guys, which is online delivery. So what is happening in Indian retail scenario? India is one of the biggest in the world, and India ranks fourth in terms of size and accounts for 10% of GDP comes from retail industry, which is around $900 billion, and which is growing on year by 8 to 10%. And in that, food and grocery, that is food items, contribute to 65 to 70%, and which is around 600 billion. Overall 900, 600 billion comes from food and grocery only, which is our category, which is agriculture and agri related products. And now still 89% is unorganized sector, which is mom and pop stores. 8% is organized retail, and around 2.5% is in e-commerce. Now, but e-commerce in the latest numbers is moved to 4 to 5%, and it is really taking up. From e-commerce, it has moved to quick commerce. So less than 10 minutes delivery, people are moving. And close to 9% of people in India are employed in retail sector, only retail sector. So why this retail is doing well? What are the future growth? Why retail will continue to do well in coming years? Which is because of rapid urbanization. Now tier one cities like metro cities, tier two cities like district headquarters, tier three cities are actually getting more facelift. Infrastructure getting improved, employment opportunities are improving. So that is also asking for a lot of retail opportunities, throwing a lot of retail opportunities. And the incomes of people have rise. The GDP per capita of people 10 years back versus now, there is so much of jump. And that is also reason for e-commerce. and FDI support from the government, and technology enhancement is also one very important reason for future growth of retail. So technology is getting upgraded from, if you look at 10 to 15 years back, was phone usage versus phone usage now, technology usage now, e-commerce platforms, UI UX, AI, artificial intelligence in various forms is also helping the growth of retail. So this one slide will tell how retail in 2013. On my left, if you see, 98% was traditional retail. That is all mom and pop stores, local stores, Karyana stores. Then that time it was in 2013, only 1.6% was organized retail. E-commerce was zero. Look at in 6 years, 2019, which has moved, organized retail has moved to 4%, and e-commerce has moved to 0.3%. Now, 2024, I feel it is even more bigger. Organized retail, the so-called supermarket chains or hypermarket chains, apparel stores, all of them have moved to 6%. And then e-commerce has jumped to 2.3, and latest number tells me it is more than 4 now. So that is how organized retail started evolving. Look at the jump in e-commerce and quick commerce. 2019, it was $1.9 billion dollars with a growth of 57%. In 5 years, it has touched $18.2 billion dollars in India. So that's how this has jumped. So e-commerce and quick commerce has actually thrown a lot of opportunities, both in terms of products, in terms of people, in terms of processes, and then opportunities. So, so global perspective, I talked about India. India has amazing opportunity, but globally also, retail is doing good, but it is also now moving towards more on e-commerce and quick commerce. If you look at the developed countries, as India, I told you 10% is between e-commerce and organized retail, but world over it is 70%. So it is quite opposite to India. So Indian opportunity is even bigger when you compare to world, because there is so much scope to grow. Middle East is also at 45%, but United Arab Emirates, that is Dubai, where I worked last time, last stint, is close to 70% is from organized retail, so-called chains. And Africa is also like India, around 10%. That's the global perspective. So what are the broad categories in the retail which contributes? Major contribution is food and grocery. Now we all first eat food, so that is a primary basic need. So 70% comes from food and grocery, footwear and apparel around 9%, and consumer durables and IT around 8%, jewelry, furniture balance. So now I'll talk about top companies in the world. You can go on Google search. Walmart is number one in the world by far. Then Amazon, Costco. Costco is also like Walmart, and then Kruger, and the fifth position is Lidl. The discount store like DMart, what I told you, is this. This is the one which started in Germany. Now it is all across Europe and Africa. And Walgreens, it's a pharmaceutical company which is also in the top 10. Home Depot. Aldi is also a discounter, and Tesco is also a chain from UK. They have a tie-up in India also, and Carrefour is a I would say hypermarket chain based out of started in French, but now it is present in Middle East and then Europe, and now they are entering to India again. In India, top 10 companies, Reliance by far the number one, but DMart is doing very good. This year, I think they're going to touch some 80,000 crores turnover. I think it is really growing big. Aditya Birla Retail, it is in the fashion retail. Shoppers Stop, as I told you, departmental store. This Tesco I told you about, British people, the UK based company, they have tied up with Tata guys, and they have started as a test. It's called Trend, but Star Hypermarket, Star Bazaar it is called in India. There is V Mart, Infinity Retail, Shubham Mart, More is a supermarket chain. and you know about e-commerce. E-commerce, Amazon, Flipkart, Big Basket, Snapdeal, all of that. That is about Indian retail. Now, Q-commerce is really big. Zepto, Blinkit, these are also doing very well, and they're attracting a lot of investment into this industry. So now you understood what is retail, what is various kinds of retail, and who is big in the world, who is big in India. Now let us go little deep dive into a retail company. In retail company, how a retail company works, and how you can be part of the retail journey in the food sector. Give me a second. Typically, this is an organization chart for a retail company. The board at the helm of affairs, CEO like me, who's heading the business and on an executive side, and bottom, if you see the third row, which are the various functions in retail. First function is very important function, buying and merchandising. Then supply chain. I will explain each function in detail and see how you can add value. Then third function is store operations, marketing, finance, HR, and IT. Now let us do a small deep diving into each function and what are various skill sets required for you to do enter this function and do well. So I will brief you about that also. So first one is buying and merchandising. So in internationally it is called commercial function, but in India it is called as buying and merchandising. Buying means you know what goods to buy. For example, you are setting up a supermarket or you're setting up a hypermarket. If you are opening that in Surat, what kind of goods, what brands, what are the various needs required in that particular catchment, in that particular population, we need to know first, and then we need to buy properly. And it is bought from various suppliers, various manufacturers. So the buying team does this buying in terms of right price, also extra margin, and also some commercial benefits, so that customers get the right product at the right time in the right place and at the right price. So buying is a first critical and important function where you should know the needs of the customer and try to buy the goods to satisfy the needs of the customer in that particular area. It cannot be same for each state. For sometimes each region it differs. So that's why buying has to be little more focused on satisfying customer needs. Merchandising is how to display these products, where to put what products. There is a small science behind that. So it could be left to right, small to big, light to dark. There are various merchandising, that means displaying techniques which are involved. So that is called merchandising. So buying and merchandising normally is one function. So that is the important function. So next one is operations. We also call store operations. Basically, store operations is basically about running the store. So a store manager, store cashiers, customer service associates, and security and housekeeping. And then one set of store will be one store unit, and 10 to 15 stores will become one cluster or called as area. They'll have an area manager and then regional manager and the head of operations. That's how it says. So operations is it is the customer, finally the customer facing function where day in and day out customer comes in, talks to his staff, and then it is delivered to them. So very very critical, very very tough function where you face the customer day in and day out. Then you have supply chain. Supply chain is about once the buying team buys the products from the manufacturer, it is actually received at the warehouse and then stocked at the warehouse, and then it is supplied to various stores, various hypermarkets, various supermarkets. So the entire and supply chain, right from the manufacturer, receiving from the manufacturer, stocking in the warehouse, and distributing it to various stores, is what about supply chain is on. It is also based on technology and manpower interface, where it is very important to have a right good supply chain mechanism. And then very important, you all know money. So finance is about money, also finance is about information. So giving the right information and ensuring that controls are in place, ensuring that funds flow is managed properly is part of finance. And human resources, very very important, because retail has retail is mostly based on people. So a typical supermarket, a small supermarket will have 20 people. A hypermarket will have 200 people. So if you have 10 hypermarkets, 2,000 people work in that particular company. So very important to have right HR processes, right from recruitment, retention, development, training, incentivization, performance appraisal, performance measurement. All of that is part of HR. So you need to have good HR function in the company. Information technology. Now, olden days, information technology is about one system, one billing counter. No, now it is no more. IT is more like an enabler in in the retail function, right from using the right software to demand forecasting to dashboarding, digital analysis, AI. Now, lot of marketing tools are used through AI, artificial intelligence, and all of that comes through IT function. And very important to tell people what you are good about. That is about marketing. So why customers should shop with you is about informing customer, communicating your story to customers is about marketing. So that's the other very very important. So broadly these are the functions. Some companies has little more diversified functions, but these are the various functions in retail. So as I told you, for a agri graduate, you can have opportunities in these functions, whichever I told you now. Now I will try to match the skills required for each function, so that skills and knowledge both required to work in these retail functions. If ever you are choosing retail as your desired industry or desired activity or desired economy or desired employment. So these are the skills and knowledge required. You need to understand business knowledge, business management knowledge to enter. That is common thing. At least fundamentals you should know. You should have good skills in terms of communication and negotiation when you are part of buying and commercial. And if you are part of operations, leadership skills, and you should be good at analyzing things. So data analysis, analytical skills are very important. You should be you should have good interpersonal skills, where you work with your colleagues, you work with your seniors. And if you are part of front end store operations, customer service, you should understand. And if you are part of front end store, you should have physical stamina. And on the top of it, we should have computer literacy. You should know all the broad basics of computer. Now, what I'll do, for each function, what are various skills required, I'll put together. I've done this. So for buying function and e-commerce procurement, or buying function and merchandising function, what are the skills and knowledge required? So I've broadly put that. As I told you, business management. You also need, for example, if you're part of a food chain, you should know what are various kinds of fruits. So product knowledge is very important. Various kinds of fruits, vegetables, grocery. So knowing the product is first important thing. And then you should be computer literate, and you should know how to negotiate well, because you have to negotiate with various suppliers, and you also need to have good communications. Similarly to store operations, so that is managing the store, running the store. So fundamentals are business management fundamentals, and vary here the skill sets will vary: communication skills, product knowledge, and customer service, and leading the team. That supervisory and leadership skills are also important for you to grow in the organization as a good business manager, good business leader. And because it's a physical work on the floor for 9 hours to 10 hours, you should also have equally good physical strength. And some people from agri background can work in quality control, which is about clearing the quality, right product in right shape, right temperature, right inward. So all of that can be checked through quality control. Then, as I told you, very important thing is marketing. So you should know the marketing subject knowledge. You should be good in telling the story. So communicating your core values, having that creativity skills are very important in marketing if you want to enter marketing. And if you now this analysts and MIS and then IT executives, this is also very important function as I told you before. So we need to beyond having the basic things, you should be very good in computer literacy, understanding various dashboards, how it works, Power BI, and there are so many tools which has come now. And you should be good analytic, you should have good analytical skills. That is also very equally important because you need to give a data in a form where your executives or managers or leaders can take decisions. So good analytical skills are very very important. Knowing knowing the nuances of businesses, knowing the nuances of business, and the details of business, and what and how it helps the businesses to take good decisions is what people need to know. So that's about us. And quickly, Madhvi, if you have time, I will take talk about my company also.
Sure, sir, sure. We have 30 minutes
Yeah.
left.
After that,
At
we will
the end,
do Q&A.
yeah, at the end, we will have an interactive session with the participants.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Give me a second. Could you see my new screen? Not it.
Yes, sir.
Fresh today strategic direction.
Just 1 second, let me check. No, sir.
Okay.
Last PPT is there
Yeah.
only.
Give me a second. Yes.
Yeah, now it's visible, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. So now, a year back, I've joined and taken this position as a group CEO, Chief Executive Officer, for a brand called Fresh Today. We have started our business 2021 back. I've joined a year back now, and we have put a complete strategic direction for this organization, where we know what we want to achieve in next 10 years, what is the mission, what are the core objectives, and this will also help us to take the brand forward. So our vision, what we want to achieve in next 10 years. So, and then we will talk about mission, how to achieve. So our vision is to become a destination go-to food retailer for the communities where we operate. If you are operating in a street called Gopalapuram in Chennai, or in Adayar, or in Shastri Nagar, if people live there, if they think about food, they should think about us. How they will think about us? We are renowned for our high quality fresh produce. Close to 70% of the business comes from fruits and vegetables. And we maintain every day close to 150 plus varieties of fruits and vegetables. So we want to be a top food retailer. So fresh produce that offer value. We don't want to charge very premium price, but we want to charge a right price at a good quality, and which offers convenience and meets everyday needs of customer. We are also committed to deliver outstanding services that surpasses customer expectation, and we also want to support local farmers and entrepreneurs who are the farmers and producers, and then which helps for the employees to thrive in this environment. That's the mission vision which I want to see. We are now 23 stores. We have done first series of funding now. So my mandate is to open 35 more stores in next 2 years. A big task given to me to open at least 50 to 60 stores in coming 2 to 3 years. So that's our vision. So mission, what you want to achieve, we are a leading, we want to become a leading omni-channel food retailer. So omni-channel is about having physical stores, also doing e-commerce and home delivery through our application. So we want to be there. We, as I told you, we want to offer the fresh produce and top quality food solutions tailored to the evolving aspirations of Indian consumer. Now, Indian consumers are really evolved. If you look at consumerism, awareness of health, looking at functional benefits, looking at uh, good quality product is actually a word. Information seeking on functional benefits as a word. So we want to be part of that journey. So we want to give food solutions which are part of this. So all our private label, our own label, fresh today products, we ensure that we deliver clean label, good quality products, so that customer is also takes care of their healthy lifestyle. But at the same time, we don't want to miss the local flavor. We'll try to be part of the local flavor, and we are committed to empower our dedicated employees using the latest technology to enhance their skills and enrich their careers. That's our mission. Now, why people should come to our store? I say I have good vision, mission, but why should people select? What are our competitive advantages? Freshness, this is no compromise for us. So farm to store, it is less than 12 hours. Farm to family, farm to store, we deliver, so that freshness of the fruits and vegetables are taken care. We have various quality measures which we do at the farm, at our distribution center, at the store. So we have trained people on specifications of each fruits and vegetables, ensure that we deliver A grade quality of products at our store. So that's the reason we have succeeded last 3 years, 4 years, from a zero one store to 23 stores. And we don't want to be a premium store, we want to be a value store where we give right price for the good quality. And we want to deliver good service to the customer at the front end as well as the e-commerce. And as I told you, we want to do launch good food solutions to customer in the coming years. These are the values we live for: customer focus, customer centricity, integrity. With honesty and transparency, we do business. We try to get a lot of innovation so that we deliver good products, good services, and good processes. We foster collaborative teamwork so that we deliver what we want to deliver. And then accountability, we are responsible, and we keep training people, empowering them so that they grow in their careers. And whatever we do, we want to do it sustainably. These are our values. These are my strategic initiatives. I want to become a 500 crore company in coming 4 years. That's the plan. That's about us. Now I can answer a few questions, as well as if anybody is interested in what you call internships and employment, I am also opening that. People who can understand the language in and around Tamil Nadu, I'm welcoming. So, Madhvi, now it's
Yeah.
your turn.
So participants, we have opened the chat box. You can put down your queries there and interact with sir if you want. So I have opened the chat box for everyone.
You're welcome, Vandana. You can ask questions you want, and then through Madhvi, you can reach me in terms of internship opportunities in Tamil Nadu. Also, if anybody good suppliers are there, we can also encourage them to become a good entrepreneurs in supplying to us. And Madhvi, all the participants are students or also entrepreneurs?
No, so they are mixed audience. They are the working professionals, students, industry persons.
I hope there are no more questions.
So participants, do you have any query or questions? You can drop down in the chat box.
Also, they can ask me and they can unmute and ask me also. I'm fine with that.
Yes. Okay, the one by one you can raise your hands. We will unmute one by one, each of you.
Yes, doctor. I may not be a specialist in that particular function, but yes, there is so much happening in food and food processing. And as agri areas are coming down, the demand for food and agriculture and new innovations, all on, if I see many innovations have happened recently. We also are investing in various food initiatives. Like one concept called Alive Leaves is there, which they do live leaves. The leaves with the roots they give you, it is there for 5 days in the store. So we are also supporting such kind of initiatives, and also vertical farming. I think one Dutch company has invested in India doing vertical farming in terms of various berries. So there is so much happening. I think opportunity for agri students is amazing. Yes, honey will be a big opportunity into our store. But only thing is you need to process it and pack it as per the label requirements of FSSI, and then do it. Yes, there is an opportunity. Vijay Kumar, we do both. We sell regular vegetables and organic also, because organic is growing. Still, it is there, but we sell normal vegetables also. Yes, I'm on LinkedIn. Devendra Kumar is my name. You can search me. CEO of Fresh Today. Yeah. I also consult various retailers in India as well as outside. So people are looking for jobs. You can also apply through Madhvi. I can help you around. I think Madhvi, can we call it for a day?
Yes, sir, I think we should conclude the session. I don't think anyone have any query left. So before concluding, I just want to say thank you on the behalf of everyone for giving your presence and joining us and sharing your thoughtful and insights and delivering this session, sir.
Thank you very much. It was my pleasure and meeting and knowing all of you. Take care. Bye.
Thank you so much, sir.
Have a great session.
Okay, so participants moving further, the next guest will be joining us soon. Then we will starting our session. Just give us 5 to 10 minutes. Then we will start the session. So participants, our next guest, Dr. Ashutosh sir, will be joining us soon in next 5 minutes. Then we will start the session as soon as he'll be joining us. Okay, participants, so let me tell you, our next esteemed guest will be Dr. Ashutosh Sharma sir, Associate Professor, Faculty of Department Agriculture, Devi University, Jalandhar. So he'll be delivering the session on regarding my mushroom production. So the ones participants who are waiting for the mushroom session. So next is our that only session, mushroom one. So sir will be here in next 1 to 2 minutes. Then we will start the session. So now moving further, now I would like to invite our next esteemed guest, Dr. Ashutosh Sharma sir, Associate Professor, Faculty of Agriculture Sciences, DAV University, Jalandhar. So before we start the session, I would introduce sir with you all participants. Dr. Ashutosh sir is a dedicated researcher working in the area of plant sciences. His main areas of specializations are plant microbe interaction, plant biotechnology, and stress biology. He has received his PhD degree in accordance with the UGC 2009 regulations. He has research papers in Journal 47, 49 book chapters, one popular article, and he also edited books 4. He is also the recipient of Young Scientist Award by the Punjab Academy of Sciences for his work. He has participated in many national and international conferences and has more than 11 years of teaching experience both at undergraduate and postgraduate levels. He has received two major research project grants from DST, SERB, Government of India, and CSIR, Government of India's co-principal investigator, and three minor research project grants funded by DAV University College Management Committee as the principal investigator, co-principal investigator. So I welcome you, sir, on the behalf of everyone.
Thank you, Madhavi. I hope I'm audible to all.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're
Okay.
audible.
So, first of all, I would like to thank the organizers for uh, conducting this lecture and the series of lectures during this winter session.
So your voice is breaking.
Hello. Am I
Yes, sir,
audible?
you're audible.
Okay. So today I was told to talk about mushroom farming. Actually, I wanted to launch a presentation for you, but somehow I think it is not taking. Um, so I think it will be good if we can discuss we can proceed without the presentation. Is it fine for you? In the meantime, if I got connected through my laptop also, I will share my presentation, right?
Sure, sir.
It is always better to understand the new things with the help of pictures. Pictorial presentation is always better. So I wanted to showcase some photographs so that I could make you understand more easily. Mushroom farming is a venture wherein you can grow mushrooms, maybe as a standalone venture, or you can integrate it with your other farming units to increase farm income. Mushroom farming is actually like an enterprise which is very easy to take up for even the persons who are newcomers, right? So, mushroom farming in Punjab. Punjab is one of the leading states doing mushroom farming, right? Uh, Initially, mushroom farming started in France. Basically, it was button mushroom, which we got in the market, small round mushrooms in packets they sell in the market. We usually get button mushrooms in the market. Although many other mushrooms are available, which are edible in the market, but commonly we find this button mushroom only, right? So this mushroom, I'm in between, I'm also trying if I can connect from my laptop so that I can share some pictures. Or Madhavi, what I can do, can I share my presentation with you and you can project it for on my behalf?
Yes, sir, it
Will
is a
that be
good
fine?
option. You can share your PPT with me. I will share the screen.
Okay, okay, right. That will be a help. So I'm sending it. I'm sending it on WhatsApp. I think it will work.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I have shared. See if you have received it.
Just 1 second, sir. Not yet, sir.
Maybe file is heavy. It may take few minutes. It is done 50%. 70. Yes, it is done now.
Yes, sir.
It
I
is
got
with
it.
you now. Right. So by the time screen is shared with you, I will discuss Hello, are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir. I hope
I
the slides are visible to you, sir.
yes, slides are visible. I tried con. Now it is working. Are you able to hear me now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now it's clear.
I have joined through my laptop. I think now my voice should be clear.
Yes, sir, it is.
Uh, so you are sharing the presentation, right? So no need to share from my side since you are already sharing it. Please change the slide when I say next,
Sure,
right?
sir.
Next, please. So first of all, I would like to discuss what is this mushroom. Mushroom is basically the fruiting body of a fungus, right? Next slide we can see. Yes, fruiting body of a fungus, like a tree which bears fruits, or some plant bearing a fruit in which there are seeds. What is meant by that fruit? It contains the unit of dispersal with which the plant can spread to new places, right? Likewise, for fungus, these are fruiting bodies which bear spores. These are spore containing bodies. They are very beautiful. Some of them, they are very, very beautiful. Like the first one, this is with the orange cap, you must have seen in some cartoon movies also. The second one is Rishi mushroom, Ganoderma. This is also a medicinal mushroom, very beautiful, orange to brown in color, coming out of tree trunks. But there is a dark side of this mushroom also. In Punjab, it is considered as a major reason for loss of a tree, Delbergia sisso, right? Tali, we call it tali in Punjabi. This is a tree, and many Delbergia trees were gone due to the disease caused by this Ganoderma. The third one is Gucci mushroom, which is a really highly prized mushroom. This is sold on very high rates. It is grown naturally in high altitude regions, and it has not been commercially cultivated in India yet. Although in some parts of China, it is grown on commercial scale. This is an edible mushroom. And some other mushrooms are very, very fascinating. The lower first one is dead man's fingers. It looks very deadly when it is there in the jungle. It is coming out. People are actually afraid of it. It looks like some dead person is buried in the ground and fingers are coming out. I think I'm audible. If I'm audible, then it's fine. I'm not getting it if I'm audible to you or not.
No, sir, you're audible. Your voice is clear now.
Right. Right. So the last one on the lower side is button mushroom. Mushrooms world is very fascinating. I deliberately put very few images here. Otherwise, there are n number of mushrooms. So many species are there. Some of them are edible, yes, and some of them are not edible. They are actually poisonous, and we should not collect mushrooms from jungle, from their wild habitats, and then we should not consume them. Why? Because we never know which one is poisonous. Many historical incidences are there which are with mushroom poisoning. One very famous emperor was murdered by his wife when he consumed a soup uh, prepared from a poisonous mushroom. So mushrooms are very, very dangerous. If the poisonous mushroom is taken, Amanita is one of the very poisonous mushrooms, and it contains a toxic substance called as alpha amanitin. I think we can now move on to next slide. Hmm. Mushroom. Mushroom is something which is the reproductive structure of fungi. It is fruiting body. I already told you. So the first image is of an inverted mushroom, and you can see gills are there. These gills are the organ of the mushroom which bear the spores. Spores are small microscopic cells, basidiospores in this case, because this mushroom belongs to basidiomycetes, button mushroom. So these spores are spread away with the wind or other agents, and wherever they fall, they give rise to new fungal hypha. Right? Fungus actually, it is composed of fine threads. जैसे कॉटन के धागे होते हैं ना, रेशे, वो रेशे जैसे धागे धागे, we call that thread mycelium, this hypha, and group of hyphae, like bunch of threads, it is called as mycelium. So the primary structure of fungi is those threads only. At last, those threads combine to form a compact structure which bear these spores, which are shed away with the wind and all the other agents, and then the new hyphae they grow. This is actually the body of fungi is composed of fine threads, right? Fungi is heterotropic. कुछ ऐसे organisms हैं which require sunlight for making their food, like trees, like plants. Plant world do photosynthesis. They prepare their own food. That's why they are called as autotrophic organism. Fungi is actually heterotroph. It cannot synthesize its own food. So from where it will take its food? It will take its food from the substrate. कोई ground पे grow कर रहा है, जमीन पे grow कर रहा है, नेचर में, या ट्री ट्रंक पे ग्रो कर रहा है, जहां ग्रो कर रहा है, जो स्ट्रक्चर ऊपर दिख रहा है वो फ्रूटिंग बॉडी है, बट इनसाइड देयर मे बी इन द ग्राउंड और इन द ट्री ट्रंक or in the organic matter where it is growing, there is a huge network of those fine threads which are collecting food and bringing this food to the organ, the fruiting body, which we call as mushroom. It has different organs. Mushroom can be like have can have different पार्ट्स. ये जो डंडी जैसी है, स्ट्राइप, देन जहां गिल जुड़ा होता है, एन्युलस, गिल्स, अपर पोर्शन, पाइलस. Mushrooms are edible as well as poisonous. So I caution you, do not eat any mushroom, even if you know something about mushroom. Many experts also, they do some mistakes sometimes. So if you are not sure this is edible mushroom, please don't consume it. Although many uh, mushroom which grow in wild, they are edible, but do not experiment. If you are growing edible mushroom, you can eat it. If you are an expert, then only you can consume. Even experts can do mistakes sometimes. It can be fatal, right? Now I think we can move on to next slide. This is very important slide. In the first diagram, I have kept a picture of a spore germinating and giving rise to that वो रेशा सा thread, which is hypha, जहां से वो fungus की body इस cell से शुरू हुई, बीज की तरह काम करता है. It is also like a seed, but not seed, but like a seed. Any cell of fungi which spreads and give rise to a new resha, new thread, that is called as spore. Whereas seeds, although it is similar to seed, but seeds are different because seeds have embryo. Seed have a part which is called as embryo, which grows, give rise to one root, one shoot. There is radical part, there is plumule part. It is a multicellular embryo. Whereas spores, they do not have any embryo, but they are they are either a cell, or in some fungi they are multicellular structures. Any cell can give rise to fungal hypha, but they do not have embryo. This is a major difference between fungal spores and plant seed. Although they are analogous structures, एक जैसा काम है दोनों का, spread करना और अपने जैसे ऑर्गेनिज्म बनाना। स्पोर, फंगल स्पोर कैन मेक न्यू फंगल स्ट्रक्चर्स, न्यू फंगल कॉलोनीज, नए मशरूम आएंगे उससे में भी। और जो सीड्स हैं दे आर मेंट फॉर making new plants which can bear flowers and later on seeds, and they can further like they can grow their next progeny. Right, we can now move on to next slide. Yes, these are various mushrooms. First one is cordyceps. इसको बोलते हैं कीड़ा जड़ी। ये कैटरपिलर है which is when infected by cordyceps, तो इसका सिर के ऊपर से एक वो फंगस स्ट्रक्चर निकल रहा है, फ्रूटिंग बॉडी। और ये एक मेडिसिनल फंजाई है। अर्लियर इट वाज कलेक्टेड फ्रॉम द वाइल्ड, जंगल से कलेक्ट करते थे, मेडिसिन में यूज होती है, चाइनीज ट्रेडिशनल मेडिसिन में इसका बहुत यूज है। इवन इन इंडिया सम स्पोर्ट्स पर्संस दे कंज्यूम इट। राइट, नाउ इट कैन बी ग्रोन। ये जो डीएमआर है, डायरेक्टरेट ऑफ मशरूम रिसर्च, सोलन में कंडा घाट, उन्होंने एक मेथड डेवलप किया है। नाउ नाउ वी आर कल्टिवेटिंग इट ऑन कमर्शियल स्केल इन इंडिया। इट कैन बी ग्रोन ऑन अ मीडिया लैब कंडीशंस में। नाउ वी कैन ग्रो इट विदाउट दोज कैटरपिलर्स। तो उसके लिए जो मीडिया बनता है उसमें एग्स वगैरह डलते हैं, राइस डलता है, और ये ग्रो कर सकते हैं। एंड वी कैन सेल, इट इज वेरी वेरी प्रीशियस, वी कैन सेल इट एट मे बी अराउंड 2 lakhs per kg. The second one, गुच्छी मोर्शेला मशरूम, जो ऑलरेडी आपको बता दिया है। द थर्ड वन इज ये गोल गोल रुगड़ा मशरूम बोलते हैं। आई सॉ इट फर्स्ट टाइम एट रांची। वहाँ जो ट्राइबल एरिया के लोग थे वो जंगल से कलेक्ट करके लाते थे, और बरसात के सीजन में मिलता है। इसके बाद द नेक्स्ट लाइक एक्सट्रीम राइट ऑन योर स्क्रीन इज ऑयस्टर मशरूम, जो ये बैग के साइड से लिफाफे के अंदर से निकल रहा है। दिस इज ऑयस्टर मशरूम। पंजाबी में इसको ढींगरी बोलते हैं। इसी तरह द नेक्स्ट वन बिलो, फर्स्ट वन बिलो इज खुखड़ी मशरूम। इट इज grown in wild and collected from the tribal people in some areas of Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh. Then there is button mushroom, और उसके बाद ये पैडी स्ट्रॉ मशरूम है। नेक्स्ट, नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज। मशरूम इज नीदर अ प्लांट नॉर एन एनिमल। कई चीजें इसकी इसकी जो बॉडी है, जैसे रूट्स, फ्लावर, प्लांट जैसी बॉडी लगती है। इट कैन नॉट मूव, सो इन दैट सेंस इट इज सिमिलर टू प्लांट्स। एनिमल्स कैन मूव, बट इन सम सेंस इट इज क्लोजर टू एनिमल्स बिकॉज इट रेस्पायर्स। ये ऑक्सीजन लेता है और कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड बनाता है, छोड़ता है। So why I am telling you this? Because when you grow mushrooms inside a room, if you are growing mushrooms, that room should be well ventilated. क्योंकि ये ऑक्सीजन लेते हैं, इनकी भी रिक्वायरमेंट है हमारी तरह। Like we inhale oxygen and we release carbon dioxide. Likewise, they also take this oxygen and respire. They produce carbon dioxide. Right? Next slide, please. हाउ टू कल्टिवेट मशरूम। द मेजर पार्ट ऑफ टूडेज लेक्चर इज, आपने ये ग्रो करने हैं मशरूम, तो कैसे करें। तो जो मशरूम लेके प्राइमरीली मैं आपको समझाऊंगा, दैट इज बटन मशरूम। हाँ, यस, डाइट। एक चीज मैं अपने स्टूडेंट्स को अक्सर समझाता हूं मजाक में, लेकिन इट इज अ वेरी सीरियस मैटर। इफ यू आर लाइक यू आर हैविंग बफेलोज, अपने घर में रखी हैं गाय भैंसें, पाल रहे हो, पालतू बनाई हैं, यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट दे ईट। अगर आपके पास डॉग है, कैट है, जो भी पेट है या डोमेस्टिक एनिमल है, ओनली यू कैन रेयर देम व्हेन यू नो व्हाट आर देयर डाइटरी रिक्वायरमेंट्स, वो क्या खाते हैं। तो मशरूम भी तो ऐसे ही हैं। They are also like earlier they were growing in wild and now you are bringing them into cultivation. तो आपको मालूम होना चाहिए कि उनके लिए न्यूट्रिएंट्स क्या हैं, वो किस में ग्रो करते हैं। राइट, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। मशरूम या तो ऐसे मशरूम हैं जो ऑर्गेनिक मैटर में ग्रो करेंगे, डिकेइंग ऑर्गेनिक मैटर में। कुछ ऐसे हैं वुड रोटिंग फंजाई हैं, वो जहां सेलुलोज रिच मटेरियल है उसमें ग्रो करेंगे। नाउ ये जो मशरूम कल्टीवेट करने की टेक्नोलॉजी मैं आपको समझाऊंगा, बटन मशरूम की स्पेशली। नाउ ऑनवर्ड्स अगले कुछ आधे घंटे हम बात करेंगे सिर्फ बटन मशरूम की। बटन मशरूम को जिस ऑर्गेनिक मैटर में हम करते हैं वो पार्शियली डिग्रेडेड ऑर्गेनिक मैटर होता है। पार्शियली डिग्रेडेड क्यों? बिकॉज इट इज हैविंग रेडिली अवेलेबल न्यूट्रिएंट्स इन इट। तो उसको गलाते हैं थोड़ा सा, उसको पार्शियली कंपोज डिकम्पोज करते हैं और कंपोस्ट बनाते हैं, जिसमें जो ऑर्गेनिक मैटर, इट इज रिच इन ऑर्गेनिक मैटर, जो खाएगा मशरूम। ठीक है। दूसरी चीज, इसमें केसिंग सॉइल यूज करते हैं। व्हाट इज केसिंग सॉइल? इट इज द टॉप लेयर ऑफ केसिंग मटेरियल, जो ऊपर गार्निश करेंगे उसको। जैसे नीचे एक फोटो लगा रखी है, कढ़ाई में ये एक डिश है, गार्निश किया हुआ है धनिया के पत्तों के साथ। लाइकवाइज ये जो बैग्स हैं, जब स्पॉन्ड्रल हो जाएगा, उसमें रेशे रेशे वाइट वाइट फैल जाएंगे। उसके बाद एक ऊपर मटेरियल जो इतने न्यूट्रिएंट रिच तो नहीं होता ज्यादा, लेकिन जिसमें बटनिंग शुरू होती है, वो मटेरियल जिससे ऊपर गार्निश करेंगे, उसको अब के बाद हम इस प्रेजेंटेशन में केसिंग मटेरियल बोलेंगे। राइट। नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज। एक वर्ड अभी प्रेजेंटेशन में यूज करेंगे, स्पॉन, बीज मशरूम का। ये बेसिकली जो यहाँ फोटो बना रखी है, ग्रेन स्पॉन है। पहले बॉटल्स में करते थे, आजकल वो लिफाफों में भी ग्रो करते हैं। ये कुछ नहीं है, कणक के बीज हैं, कुछ कुछ कैल्शियम वगैरह कुछ कुछ डाला हुआ है, भिगो के इनको रखा, उसमें इनोकुलेट कर दिया फंगस को, और ये फंगस के रेशे रेशे फैल गए हैं। अब ये बीज की तरह काम करेगा मशरूम के। अब इसको हम जो कंपोस्ट के लिफाफे भरेंगे, उसमें स्पॉन डालेंगे, ये बीज डालेंगे। बीज स्पॉन मिक्स करने के भी कई तरीके हैं। लेयर में स्पॉन करते हैं, कई बार थोड़ा सा कंपोस्ट डालते हैं, देन लेयर ऑफ स्पॉन, अगेन कंपोस्ट, अगेन स्पॉन, इन लेयरिंग वी डू। कई बार वो थोरो मिक्सिंग भी करते हैं, प्रॉपरली मिक्स करके। तो वेट वेट बेसिस पे हम ये 5% के आसपास, या किसी मशरूम में 10% के आसपास भी डालते हैं। ये 5% वेट वेट बेसिस पे वो कंपोस्ट के डलता है। मैं बच्चों को हमेशा एक बात समझाता हूँ, जो स्टूडेंट है हमारे, वेन एवर यू आर ग्रोइंग मशरूम्स, तो थोड़ा सा स्पॉन बैग के टॉप पे जरूर डाल दो, चाहे आप थोरो केसिंग भी कर रहे हो, थोड़ा सा, सो दैट उससे ग्रोथ हो रही है, रेशे निकल रहे हैं, कितनी ग्रोथ हुई, तो हमें बाहर से पैकेट में विजिबल हो। राइट। दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। Usually when I take sessions on mushroom cultivation, लोग पूछते हैं from where we can get this spawn. It is available with a number of mushroom growers, तो जो commercial level पे बनाते हैं mushroom spawn, like you can get it from microbiology department of Punjab Agriculture University also, where it is available at around 80 to 100 rupees per kg, around 80 rupees. From private players you can get it around 100 to 120 rupees per kg. तो बेहतर है कि आप पीयू से खरीदें, थोड़ा सस्ता मिलेगा आपको। तो वहाँ मल्टीपल मशरूम्स के आपको मिल जाएंगे एक ही जगह स्पॉन। अदरवाइज यू कैन ऑर्डर इट ऑनलाइन ऑल्सो, सम companies they sell it on Amazon and Flipkart also, you can get this spawn. Next slide please. अब ये जो कंपोस्ट दिखाई आपको, ये जो पार्शियली डिग्रेडेड ऑर्गेनिक मैटर वाला सबस्ट्रेट जिसमें बटन मशरूम ग्रो करते हैं, ये दो तरीके से बनता है, लॉन्ग मेथड और शॉर्ट मेथड। लॉन्ग मेथड इज, एज द नेम इंडिकेट्स, इट इज लॉन्गर इन ड्यूरेशन, राइट? सो हु प्रेफर्स दिस? एक्चुअली द पीपल which do not have adequate infrastructure, जो छोटा नया कोई प्लेयर है, नया मशरूम ग्रो करना सीखा है, वो लॉन्ग मेथड फॉलो करता है। इसमें क्या है, टाइम ज्यादा लगता है, स्टरलाइजेशन कंपोस्ट की में भी प्रॉपरली नहीं होती, थोड़ी यील्ड कम आती है, लेकिन आसान है, मतलब इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर कम लगता है। शॉर्ट मेथड में थोड़ा सा हमें पास्चराइजेशन चैम्बर की रिक्वायरमेंट होती है, थोड़ा इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बेहतर चाहिए हमें, तब जाके हम ये शॉर्ट मेथड कर सकते हैं। शॉर्ट मेथड इंडस्ट्रियल स्केल पे ज्यादा फॉलो किया जाता है। इफ यू ग्रो टू कमर्शियल मशरूम फार्म, यू विल सी दे आर फॉलोइंग दिस शॉर्ट मेथड। एक तो जल्दी मल बन जाता है ये अपना कंपोस्ट, सेकेंडली उसमें कंटेमिनेशन नहीं आती। व्हाट इज दिस कंटेमिनेशन? एक्चुअली कंटेमिनेशन की अगर बात करूं, तो ऐसे समझो कि हमने अपने पीने के लिए दूध रखा था, बिल्ली पी गई आके, है ना? So we have prepared this nutrient rich matter compost, and we want to grow a particular fungus, maybe A, जैसे Agaricus bisporus, बटन मशरूम, वो वाली फंगस उगानी है, लेकिन उसमें कोई अनवांटेड फंगस आ गई, तो क्या हुआ, वो जो न्यूट्रिएंट वाला जो मटेरियल हमने तैयार किया था, न्यूट्रिएंट रिच सबस्ट्रेट, वो जो हमने कंपोस्ट बनाई थी, उसमें कोई और अनवांटेड माइक्रोब आ गया, न्यूट्रिएंट तो वो ले जाएगा, तो हमारा पर्पस तो फुलफिल नहीं हुआ। तो ये अनवांटेड माइक्रोब्स ग्रो ना हो, इसलिए हमें इसको स्टरलाइज करना पड़ता है, इसमें ना अनवांटेड माइक्रोब्स को किल करना पड़ता है। लॉन्ग मेथड में क्या होता है, कंपोस्टिंग के दौरान अंदर जब उसकी हीप बनाते हैं, वाटरिंग करते हैं, तो उसमें हीट बनती है, उससे कुछ माइक्रोब्स मर जाते हैं, लेकिन हाँ कंप्लीटली ये माइक्रोब फ्री नहीं होती, थोड़ी यील्ड कम भी आती है इस वजह से। शॉर्ट मेथड वेयर एज इन्वॉल्व्स अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट स्टेप नोन एज पास्चराइजेशन। कई उसमें और भी स्टेप जोड़ देते हैं, कहते हैं प्री पास्चराइजेशन, पोस्ट पास्चराइजेशन, पर मेजर काम जो है पास्चराइजेशन के दौरान अनवांटेड माइक्रोब्स ग्रो नहीं करते इसमें। नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज। लॉन्ग मेथड अब हम डिस्कस करेंगे डिटेल में। लॉन्ग मेथड में जब कंपोस्ट प्रिपेयर करते हैं, एक तो पक्का फर्श हमारे को चाहिए, सीमेंटेड फ्लोर, ठीक है, प्रेफरेबली ऊपर छत हो, ताकि बारिश हो या कोई धूप पड़े तो वो उसका फर्क ना पड़े, ठीक है, तो प्रेफरेबली अंडर द रूफ। अब जैसे एक कोई डिश बनानी है, मैं बनाऊंगा कोई एक पर्टिकुलर डिश, तो मेरी रेसिपी थोड़ी सी अलग होगी, कोई दूसरा बनाएगा उसकी रेसिपी थोड़ी अलग होगी। लाइकवाइज द मशरूम ग्रोअर्स, देयर रेसिपी फॉर दिस कंपोस्ट वेरीज। टिपिकली जो सबसे पहले शुरू हुआ, वो शुरू हुआ फ्रांस में, वहां हॉर्स मैन्योर या हॉर्स डंग अवेलेबल होती थी, तो वो यूज करते थे। इंडिया में हॉर्स मैन्योर इतनी अवेलेबल नहीं है और लार्ज स्केल पे करते हैं। हम क्या करते हैं इंडिया में, व्हीट स्ट्रॉ ज्यादा यूज करते हैं, कई बार्ले स्ट्रॉ यूज करते हैं, व्हीट स्ट्रॉ ज्यादा होती है। कई लोग चिकन मैन्योर भी यूज करते हैं, उसमें नाइट्रोजन ज्यादा है। बेसिकली जो न्यूट्रिएंट रिच हमने बनाना है कंपोस्ट, इसमें नाइट्रोजन भी चाहिए। नाइट्रोजन को या तो यूरिया के फॉर्म में ऐड करेंगे, या चिकन मैन्योर के फॉर्म में ऐड करेंगे, या कोई और नाइट्रोजन रिच हम इसमें मटेरियल डालेंगे, ठीक है। तो इसमें ऑर्गेनिक मैटर तो आ गया वहां से, जो हमारा कंपोस्ट है, इसमें हम जिप्सम भी डालते हैं, कई जैसे फॉर्मेल्डिहाइड भी डालते हैं अनवांटेड माइक्रोब्स को किल करने के लिए। कई बार बेविस्टिन भी डालते हैं, जो एक फंजीसाइड है, अनवांटेड फंजाई ग्रो ना करे, इसमें कीड़े ना लगे, तो इसमें हम कई बार वो भी डालते हैं, इंसेक्टिसाइड डालते हैं। तो बेसिकली होता यह है कि रेसिपी अलग अलग है, ये रेसिपी आपको आराम से मिल जाएगी इंटरनेट पे। तो मैं रेसिपी की डिटेल में नहीं जा रहा अभी, मैं आपको ये बता रहा हूं, इसमें नाइट्रोजन एक मेन न्यूट्रिएंट है जो होना चाहिए, और जो सस्ता पड़ता है लोग वो फॉलो करते हैं। अब यहाँ पंजाब में तूड़ी इजीली मिल जाती है, तूड़ी पे ईल्ड भी अच्छी आती है, तूड़ी यूज करते हैं। ये जो वीट छान के जो बूरा बचता है वो आटे से, वो भी यूज करते हैं, ठीक है। तो ये चीजें ज्यादा यूज होती हैं इस रीजन में। नेक्स्ट प्लीज। अच्छा, जिप्सम भी यूज होता है, नेक्स्ट प्लीज। हाँ, ये एक ना कॉमनली यूज्ड फॉर्मूला है। तो ये एक फॉर्मूला नहीं है, बहुत सारे फॉर्मूले हैं, हर किसी का अलग फॉर्मूला होता है, थोड़ा बहुत इट कैन वेरी। सो इफ यू आर स्टार्टिंग, यू मे स्टार्ट विद दिस फॉर्मूला ऑल्सो। आप व्हीट स्ट्रॉ ले सकते हैं, व्हीट ब्रैन, अमोनियम सल्फेट, यूरिया, जिप्सम। नेक्स्ट प्लीज। तो ये तो लॉन्ग मेथड हो गया। लॉन्ग मेथड में क्या करते हैं कि ये रेसिपी बनाते हैं, रेसिपी बना के उसका हीप बना देते हैं, फिर टाइम टू टाइम उसकी वाटरिंग करते हैं, उस हीप को धीरे धीरे उसमें टर्निंग्स देते हैं, फर्स्ट टर्निंग, सेकंड टर्निंग, थर्ड टर्निंग। हाँ, एक और चीज छूट गई जो इसमें ना, हम मोलेजेस भी यूज करते हैं कई लोग, तो वो भी एक इंपॉर्टेंट कंपोनेंट है। शॉर्ट मेथड की बात करें तो शॉर्ट मेथड में एक स्टीम पास्चराइजेशन का भी प्रोसेस होता है। नेक्स्ट प्लीज। अब कुछ एक चीजें आपको बता रहा हूं। सबसे पहले जैसे ये फोटो में, फर्स्ट फोटो में व्हीट स्ट्रॉ को वेट कर रहे हैं, इसको गीला कर रहे हैं, ठीक है। फिर उसके बाद सेकंड फोटो में इसका स्टैक मतलब ढेर बना रहे हैं। नेक्स्ट प्लीज। फिर ढेर बना के इसमें जो मटेरियल जैसे यूरिया जिप्सम वगैरह डालना है वो डाल के इसको टर्निंग्स दे रहे हैं इंग्रेडिएंट्स को, और पाइल इस तरह से बनाते हैं दोनों तरफ फट्टे लगा के, ये पाइल बोर्ड्स जो है ये लगा के अंदर थोड़ा ऊंचा ढेर, ये बीच में गर्म होता है, इसमें ना माइक्रोबियल एक्टिविटी की वजह से ये गर्म होता है, डिग्रेड होता है इसका ऑर्गेनिक मैटर धीरे धीरे, ताकि वो सिंपलर न्यूट्रिएंट्स में बदल सके, कम्प्लेक्स मॉलिक्यूल्स जो हैं वो टूटे थोड़े उसके, तो वो पाइल बना के रखते हैं इस तरह का, और टाइम टू टाइम उसको टर्निंग्स देते हैं। नेक्स्ट प्लीज। ठीक है, ये पाइल्स हैं। और उसके बाद नेक्स्ट जो ये फोटोग्राफ है ये पास्चराइजेशन चैम्बर की है, इसमें एक ऐसे समझिए कि बॉयलर होता है, बॉयलर में स्टीम बनती है, स्टीम को कंपोस्ट से गुजारते हैं, कई जगह नीचे से फर्श में वो पाइप्स होते हैं जिनमें होल्स होते हैं, ऊपर हम कंपोस्ट डाल देते हैं, नीचे से स्टीम बनती है, तो वो पास्चराइजेशन होती है, अनवांटेड माइक्रोब्स मर जाते हैं। नेक्स्ट प्लीज। तो जो शॉर्ट मेथड है इट कंटेन्स टू मेजर स्टेप्स, फर्स्ट इज आउटडोर कंपोस्टिंग, सेकंड इज स्टीम पास्चराइजेशन। आउटडोर कंपोस्टिंग में ये वीट स्ट्रॉ में कोई चिकन मैन्योर वगैरह डाल के, यूरिया वगैरह डाल के, उसको पानी दे के, कुछ टर्निंग्स दे के, 4 से 5 टर्निंग्स दे के, पीएच एडजस्ट करके, जिप्सम वगैरह डाल के उसको ट्रेज में या बैग्स में भर लेते हैं। उन ट्रेज को भी पास्चराइज कर सकते हैं, या कई लोग खुला भी पास्चराइज करते हैं, बाद में उनको पैकेट्स में भरते हैं। तो ये अलग अलग मेथड्स है जो लोग फॉलो करते हैं। स्टीम बनती है एक बॉयलर में, तो आपको वाटर सोर्स भी चाहिए, वो स्टीम बन रही है, स्टीम बन के कंपोस्ट के बीच में से गुजरेगी, तो उसमें ऐसे है कि कमरा थोड़ा सा इंसुलेटेड हो, ऐसे ना हो कि स्टीम लॉस हो जाए एनवायरनमेंट में, तो उससे टेम्परेचर नहीं बढ़ेगा। स्टीम इज इंट्रोड्यूस्ड विच रेजेस द टेम्परेचर, और धीरे धीरे फिर क्या होता है, फिर स्टीम की सप्लाई कट करते हैं और फ्रेश एयर गुजारते हैं, ये इस तरह से किया जाता है। नेक्स्ट प्लीज। नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज। शॉर्ट एंड लॉन्ग मेथड दे आर एक्चुअली लिटिल डिफरेंट। लॉन्ग मेथड में 28 से 30 दिन, शॉर्ट मेथड में 16 से 20 दिन। And short method is actually there is more appropriate sterilization, इसमें contamination के chances कम होते हैं। Average yield is high in short method in comparison to long method. So this is a chart where there is a comparison. अगर आप पावर कंजप्शन की बात करो, नाइट्रोजन नहीं, पावर कंजप्शन की बात करो तो पावर कंजप्शन शॉर्ट मेथड में ज्यादा है, क्योंकि स्टीमर चलेगा आपको, है ना। तो इस तरह के कुछ बेसिक डिफरेंसेस हैं दोनों में। नाउ इफ आई टॉक अबाउट नाइट्रोजन, नाइट्रोजन इज मोर इन द कंपोस्ट प्रिपेयर्ड फ्रॉम शॉर्ट मेथड। ये नाइट्रोजन क्यों इंपॉर्टेंट है, मशरूम्स आर रिच इन प्रोटीन्स, और नाइट्रोजन ज्यादा होने का मतलब है यू विल गेट हायर यील्ड। नाइट्रोजन डायरेक्टली रिलेटेड है यील्ड से, तो यील्ड भी हाई होती है। नेक्स्ट प्लीज। नेक्स्ट प्लीज। सीडिंग, बैक प्लीज, बैक। हाँ, सीडिंग मीन्स मिक्स करना। स्पॉन मिक्स करने के कई तरीके हैं, वो आपको बताया, एक तरीका बताया आपको थोरो मिक्सिंग, एक बताया लेयर में सीड्स डालना। सो व्हेन एवर वी मिक्स, हमारे हाथ वगैरह साफ चाहिए, धुले हुए चाहिए, ये बैग में भर के बैग को सील करके, वी सील द बैग एंड कीप इट फॉर सम टाइम फॉर बटन मशरूम। नाउ व्हाट हैपेंस, gradually over a period of time there is growth from those seeds or spawn, और वो वाइट वाइट से रेशे आते दिखते हैं, और ये पूरा बैग थोड़ा वाइट वाइट सा होने लगता है। राइट, नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज। अच्छा, जब कंपोस्ट बनती है, कंपोस्ट अच्छी है या नहीं, ये भी जानना बड़ा जरूरी है। अच्छी कंपोस्ट वो है जिसमें ऐसे ना हो कि आप पकड़ो और उससे पानी निचोड़े, ऐसे भी ना हो कि इतनी ड्राई हो कि वो उसमें मशरूम की ग्रोथ ना हो। तो मशरूम की ग्रोथ तब अच्छी होगी जब कंपोस्ट की क्वालिटी अच्छी होगी। कंपोस्ट में अगर अमोनिकल स्मेल आ रही है या बदबू आ रही है तो मशरूम की कंपोस्ट अच्छी नहीं होगी। एक बार कंपोस्ट बन गई, कंपोस्ट को उसमें स्पॉन मिक्स करके रखा जाता है और कंपोस्ट मिक्स करने के बाद बैग्स में डाल के थोड़े दिन के लिए छोड़ दिया जाता है। नेक्स्ट प्लीज। Now, when the upper portion of your bag is full of that white mycelium, then you put a casing material, जो गार्निशिंग बताई थी जैसे आपको सब्जी की ऊपर धनिया पत्ती डाल के, वो उसी तरह से केसिंग मटेरियल की एक लेयर में भी 1 इंच और मोर 3 से 4 सेंटीमीटर थिक लेयर ऑफ केसिंग मटेरियल। केसिंग मटेरियल इज बेसिकली एक ऑर्गेनिक मटेरियल है विच कुड बी, जैसे वर्ल्ड वाइड तो पीट को सबसे अच्छा मटेरियल माना जाता है, पीट, मॉस पीट। लेकिन इंडिया में पीट अवेलेबल नहीं है, तो इसकी जगह स्पेंट मशरूम कंपोस्ट जो पिछले साल यूज हो गई थी, वो मशरूम कंपोस्ट भी लोग यूज करते हैं बटन मशरूम के लिए। कई लोग वो जो कोकोनट का कोकोपीट जो बनता है, तो वो जो कोकोपीट को भी यूज करते हैं। कई लोग सॉइल सैंड मिक्सचर यूज करते हैं। तो अलग अलग तरीके हैं केसिंग मटेरियल के। नेक्स्ट प्लीज। अलग अलग रेसिपीज हैं। लोग फार्मयार्ड मैन्योर भी यूज करते हैं विच इज 2 और more years ओल्ड, पर ये भी स्टरलाइज होना चाहिए। अगर स्टरलाइज नहीं है, यहां से भी कंटेमिनेशन आ सकती है। सो स्पेंट मशरूम कंपोस्ट, फार्मयार्ड मैन्योर, कोकोपीट, these kind of materials are also used. Sometimes they are used in a सारे अल्टाना में कई रीजन्स में बर्nt जली हुई राइस हस्क भी यूज करते हैं फार्म यार्ड मैन्योर के साथ मिला के। नेक्स्ट प्लीज। नाउ केसिंग मटेरियल ऐसा होना चाहिए जिसकी क्वालिटी अच्छी है, थोड़ा ऐसा जो पानी एब्जॉर्ब भी कर ले, थोड़ा सॉफ्ट हो, लाइट वेट हो, वाटर होल्डिंग कैपेसिटी अच्छी हो, पोरोसिटी अच्छी हो, जो डेफिशिएंट हो कार्बन और नाइट्रोजन में। अगर डेफिशिएंट नहीं होगा, कार्बन नाइट्रोजन ज्यादा होगा, वहां भी माइसीलियम फैलेगा, रेशे रेशे ही आएंगे, बटनिंग नहीं होगी। बटनिंग हैपेंस व्हेन देयर इज लैक ऑफ सम न्यूट्रिएंट्स, कम रिच हो न्यूट्रिएंट्स में, इस तरह का मटेरियल। दैट्स व्हाई वी यूज स्पेंट मशरूम कंपोस्ट आल्सो समटाइम्स फॉर केसिंग। इट शुड बी न्यूट्रल, ऐसे ना हो बड़ा एसिडिक हो, बड़ा बेसिक हो, तब भी मशरूम ग्रो नहीं करते। और इसकी इलेक्ट्रिक कंडक्टिविटी भी कम हो, ऐसे ना हो कि कंडक्टिविटी ज्यादा। नेक्स्ट प्लीज। अब केसिंग मटेरियल शुड ऑल्सो बी फ्री फ्रॉम एनी कंटेमिनेशन। तो इसका हीप बना के इसको भी जैसे या स्टरलाइज करते हैं, इसमें पानी वानी डाल के पलट के स्टीम पास्चराइजेशन कर सकते हैं, ऑटोक्लेविंग कर सकते हैं। And if autoclave is not available or if you cannot do steam sterilization, तो उसको जूट की बोरी में बांध के उबलते हुए पानी में से निकाल सकते हैं। और वी कैन ऐड फॉर्मेल्डिहाइड, फॉर्मेलिन सॉल्यूशन। ये एक केमिकल है जिससे स्मेल सी आती है थोड़ी, ये स्टरलाइज कर देता है। ये एक फ्यूमिगेंट है जिसके फ्यूम्स बनते हैं। तो फॉर्मेल्डिहाइड, ये फॉर्मेलिन सॉल्यूशन डाल के उसको कवर कर देते हैं। तो बाद में जैसे अगले दिन उसका कवर हटा करके उसको पलट देते हैं, फॉर्मल्डिहाइड उड़ जाता है, ये वोलेटाइल होता है। उसके बाद यूज कर सकते हैं। कई लोग सोलराइज कर देते हैं इसको, वैसे यूज कर लेते हैं। पर्पज जो भी तरीका अपनाएं, चाहे आप पास्चराइजेशन करें, चाहे आप ऑटोक्लेविंग करें, चाहे आप फॉर्मल्डिहाइड से करें, उबलते हुए पानी से करें, द पर्पज इज इट शुड बी फ्री फ्रॉम माइक्रोबियल कंटेमिनेशन। नेक्स्ट। केसिंग एप्लीकेशन, तो बैग को खोलना है जिसमें स्पॉन रन हो चुकी है, रेशे रेशे बन गए हैं, उसके ऊपर थोड़ा सा पानी डालते हैं और एक लेयर, अगर आप हाथ से डाल रहे हैं हाथ धो के या ग्लव्स पहन के, साबुन से हाथ धो के या ग्लव्स पहन के, और जब डाल दे उसके बाद वाटरिंग करते हैं। तो केसिंग मटेरियल भुरभुरा होना चाहिए, ऐसे ना हो, इट शुड नॉट कंटेन लंप्स, ढीले ना हो, सो दैट एयर कैन पास थ्रू इट। बिकॉज दे रिस्पायर, मशरूम रिस्पायर, जिसका रेशे रेशे जो है, दे रिलीज कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड, दे टेक ऑक्सीजन, सो इन ऑर्डर टू रिस्पायर दे नीड फ्री एक्सचेंज ऑफ गैसेस, राइट? तो इस तरह की चीजें कुछ ध्यान देने वाली हैं। नेक्स्ट प्लीज। हार्वेस्टिंग एंड स्टोरेज नेक्स्ट, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है बताना। बटन मशरूम की ग्रोथ की अलग अलग स्टेजेस हैं। व्हेन इट इज ओपन, स्टेज 5, ये अच्छी नहीं है, इसका वो जो डंडी सी है ये हार्ड हो जाती है, खाने में मजा नहीं आएगा। स्टेज 4 इज ऑल्सो ओवर मेच्योर, स्टेज 3 इज गुड, स्टेज 2 सबसे बढ़िया बनती है जब ये पका के खाते हैं, इट इसकी डिमांड ज्यादा है। स्टेज 3 इज ऑल्सो फाइन, स्टेज 1 बहुत छोटा है, और स्टेज 4 5 तक जाने नहीं देना। तो पिन हेड्स बनते हैं, बटन्स बनते हैं, अम्ब्रेला बनते हैं। डू नॉट गो फॉर अम्ब्रेला, डू नॉट हार्वेस्ट पिन हेड्स। ये जो बीच का है ये वाला हार्वेस्ट करना है अराउंड स्टेज 3 स्टेज 2। ये वाला स्टेज 2 वाला जो है, इट इट इज हैविंग वेरी गुड culinary प्रॉपर्टीज, ये खाने में ज्यादा अच्छा। नेक्स्ट, ये कुछ फोटोग्राफ्स हैं। बटन मशरूम grows best in 15 to 70 डिग्री सेल्सियस, कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड कंसंट्रेशन 800 से 1000 ppm से ज्यादा ना हो, नहीं तो ग्रोथ रुक जाती है। रिलेटिव ह्यूमिडिटी शुड बी हाई, सो यू नीड टू वाटर इट रेगुलरली। इसको पानी देते रहना पड़ता है, जैसे ड्राई हुआ बैग फिर से पानी दो, तो इसको पानी देना बहुत जरूरी है, राइट? नेक्स्ट प्लीज। नाउ हाउ टू हार्वेस्ट, इसको चाकू से काट के हार्वेस्ट नहीं करना, मशरूम को थोड़ा ट्विस्ट करके हार्वेस्ट करते हैं जब ये थोड़ा बड़ा हो जाता है, ट्विस्ट करके। तो ये एक कार्टून से मैंने लिया था, एक बच्चों को समझाने के लिए कुछ कार्टून वाली प्रेजेंटेशन थी, वहां से मैंने ये आपको समझाने के लिए डाली स्लाइड। नेक्स्ट प्लीज। नाउ मशरूम जब हार्वेस्ट कर लेते हैं तो उसके बाद उसकी ग्रेडिंग भी करते हैं। हार्वेस्ट कैसे करना है, मशरूम को पकड़ के उसको ट्विस्ट करना है, ट्विस्ट ट्विस्ट करके निकाल लेना है। और अगर वो वहां खड्डा हो गया जहां से निकाला है, उसको नई केसिंग सॉइल से भर देना है। डू नॉट कट इट लाइक दिस। वो हार्वेस्ट करने के बाद यू शुड ब्रिंग इट टू ड्राई प्लेस, देन यू कैन कट द लोअर पोर्शन जहां केसिंग सॉइल लगी हुई है, एंड यू कैन प्रोसेस इट, यू कैन सेल इट, यू कैन ग्रेड इट, जो भी करना है आप करें, है ना? अब जब भी हार्वेस्ट करते हैं, इमीडिएटली धो के पैकिंग नहीं करनी। अगर पानी लग गया उसके साथ तो वो स्पॉइल हो जाएगा ट्रांसपोर्ट के दौरान। सो बहुत सारी चीजें जो ध्यान रखनी है। व्हेन यू हैव हार्वेस्टेड, यू कैन स्टोर इट, ऑब्वियसली यू कैन स्टोर इट फॉर ए सफिशिएंट पीरियड ऑफ टाइम, बट एट ए लो टेम्परेचर अराउंड 4 डिग्री सेल्सियस इन द रेफ्रिजरेटर। नेक्स्ट प्लीज। ये कुछ मटेरियल्स हैं जिनमें पैक किया जाता है। आजकल कार्डबोर्ड्स आते हैं या प्लास्टिक के आते हैं, उनमें होल्स होते हैं, इसमें ऑल्दो होल नहीं है, ऊपर क्लिंग फिल्म से कवर कर देते हैं। पहले लोग क्या करते थे, पॉली बैग्स में रबड़ चढ़ा के रख देते थे, उनमें होल्स नहीं होते थे, तो ये दे टर्न ब्राउन वेरी फास्ट, उसका मार्केट में फिर प्राइस नहीं मिलता। दे शुड लुक वाइट। तो उसको धोना भी नहीं है पैकिंग से पहले। वेंटिलेटेड मे बी गत्ते का सुराख सुराख वाला, ये सुराख वाले नहीं है, इस तरह के भी पैकिंग मटेरियल लोग यूज करते हैं, थोड़ा सा वेंटिलेटेड हो, होल्स हो। नेक्स्ट, ये हमारा ना एक पॉपुलर आर्टिकल लास्ट ईयर हमने एक मैगजीन में डाला था। तो इसमें इन्होंने मैगजीन के फ्रंट पेज पे भी ऑयस्टर की फोटो लगा दी थी। तो ये आर्टिकल था, आई रिकमेंड यू आप ये आर्टिकल पढ़ें। ऑल्दो ये एक दूसरा मशरूम है, प्लूरोटस ऑयस्ट्रस, ऑयस्टर मशरूम। तो ये प्लूरोटस ऑयस्ट्रस जो मशरूम है, इसके बारे में है। नेक्स्ट प्लीज। These are some photographs. Some of our students, they were growing last year oyster mushrooms. This is white oyster mushrooms. We were growing them last year. Our students were gradually, they learned how to uh, prepare the substrate for these mushrooms, how to grow them, how to harvest them, how to weigh them, how to pack, how to sell. So they learned here in our laboratory. Next, please. Uh, Can you go one slide? Yes, yes, this one. So in this photograph, our students they are wetting the substrate for this. They're preparing substrate and they're filling the bags for oyster mushrooms. Next, this is how they grow. Oyster mushrooms, how they grow. In first photograph, this is common white oyster, and in second, it is gray oyster. Now this year we are growing gray oyster mushrooms. Next. Our student like watering these mushrooms, harvesting these mushrooms. These are gray oyster mushrooms. This is today's photo when they were harvesting mushroom. Next, this is Pleurotus sajor kaju. Pleurotus sajor kaju is gray oyster mushroom. We were last year we were also growing this Calocybe indica. This is called as milky mushroom. ये थोड़ा ना इसकी stalk thick होती है. This is summer mushroom. This is in this is grown in summer season. गर्मियों में ये मशरूम उगाया जाता है. तो कैलोसाइब इंडिका है, साउथ इंडिया में बहुत लोग ग्रो करते हैं. इसके लिए जो सबस्ट्रेट बनता है ये तूड़ी से, व्हीट स्ट्रॉ से ही कॉमनली सबस्ट्रेट बनता है. और भी पत्तों का ये जो लीफ लिटर इस्तेमाल करते हैं, कॉटन स्टिक्स वगैरह इस्तेमाल होती हैं, इवन मेज का जो वो डंडे होते हैं वो भी इस्तेमाल होते हैं. और उसके बाद इस पे भी केसिंग होती है. तो ये एक फोटोग्राफ है, मैं बच्चों को केसिंग सिखा रहा था कैसे करनी है. वी वर डूइंग केसिंग और ये मशरूम भी ग्रो कर रहे थे. तो इसकी प्रोडक्शन टेक्नोलॉजी इट इज बिट डिफरेंट फ्रॉम व्हाट वी कॉल बटन मशरूम, कैलोसाइब इंडिका. नेक्स्ट प्लीज. थैंक यू फॉर ए पेशेंट हियरिंग. तो अगर आपका कोई डाउट है, कोई सवाल है, तो आप पूछ सकते हैं. जो लास्ट में फोटोग्राफ्स आपको कुछ दिखाई, ये हमारे अपने स्टूडेंट्स की फोटोग्राफ्स हैं. हियर वी like commonly since last 2-3 years we are regularly growing these oyster mushrooms and this मिल्की मशरूम, कैलोसाइब इंडिका. बटन मशरूम भी पहले हम उगा रहे थे, बट नाउ नाउ फ्रॉम सिंस लास्ट 2-3 years वी आर मोर इनटू ग्रोइंग these oyster mushrooms and white milky mushrooms, Calocybe indica. This is all from
So,
my side.
participants, we've opened the chat box. You can drop down your queries and interact with sir if you want.
I can see a few questions in the chat box. What is casing soil? Casing soil, or better we can call it casing material. This is a material which is which is like small particles, low in carbon and nitrogen, low in nutrients, which is used to cover the top of the compost when spawn run is done, so that button formation can take place. Second question is it possible to grow button mushroom in tropical areas? Yes, it is possible to grow button mushroom in tropical areas. Button mushrooms are actually mushrooms which here are grown under natural conditions in winter season, in Punjab particularly. If we want to grow in tropical areas, yes, of course we can grow, but we need some infrastructural facilities. हमें cold rooms चाहिए होंगे, temperature down करना पड़ेगा और हम इनको grow कर सकते हैं. What is the nutrient quality in mushroom? They are rich in proteins. Some of them they are medicinal also. They have some bioactive constituents in them. जैसे ऋषि मशरूम है, ये मेडिसिनल मशरूम है. ये जो प्लूरोटस साजोर काजू है, ये मशरूम, इसमें कुछ बायोएक्टिव कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट्स हैं, कुछ पोलिफिनोल्स हैं, कुछ इस तरह की चीजें हैं जिसकी वजह से एंटीऑक्सीडेंट प्रॉपर्टीज इसकी बहुत अच्छी हैं. फिर इसके बाद वो जो कॉर्डिसेप्स बताया, ये ओवरऑल स्टेमिना एनहेंसर है. इसमें इवन एंटी कैंसर प्रॉपर्टीज भी हैं. सर प्लीज
Sir, your voice is not audible.
Is it audible now?
Yeah, yeah, now it's audible, sir.
Okay, okay. So next question is, please give some information about Gucci mushroom. Is it possible to grow it indoor? In India, we are not very successful in growing Gucci mushroom indoors. However, in China, some groups are growing it indoor. So, do you have experiment or business in this mushroom? No, I have not. I'm not experienced in growing this mushroom. In India, we have not get got any success in growing Gucci mushroom indoors. Although some groups are trying in Solon DMR, but considerable success has not been achieved. खुले में जो पास्चराइजेशन होता है वो खराब नहीं होता है सर. खुले, हाँ, ये जो शुभम जी बोल रहे हैं खुले में पास्चराइजेशन होता है, ऐसे है ना. खुले में जो हम करते हैं लॉन्ग मेथड में उसके अंदर भी जो हीट बनती है उससे भी पार्शियली स्टरलाइज हो जाता है. खुला में भी मशरूम प्रोडक्शन अच्छी होती है, ऐसी नहीं है कि नहीं होता. जो लॉन्ग मेथड है, शॉर्ट मेथड में बेहतर रिजल्ट्स आते हैं और जल्दी आते हैं, इसलिए इंडस्ट्री में शॉर्ट मेथड ही फॉलो करते हैं. इसमें जो पास्चराइजेशन चैम्बर में होती है वो ज्यादा अच्छी होती है. कैन वी कल्टिवेट गुच्छी एंड गैनोडर्मा मशरूम? यस, वी कैन कल्टिवेट. गुच्छी में इंडिया में सक्सेस नहीं मिली है, अभी कंसिडरेबल सक्सेस नहीं मिली है. विच वन हैज हायर न्यूट्रिशनल वैल्यू, बटन और ऑयस्टर मशरूम? ऐसे है, ऑयस्टर मशरूम की कई स्पीशीज हैं, ये प्लूरोटस जीनस है. तो स्पेशली इफ आई टॉक अबाउट साजोर काजू, ये जो ग्रे ऑयस्टर है, ये इसमें बड़ी न्यूट्रास्यूटिकल प्रॉपर्टीज हैं, ये डेफिनेटली बेहतर है बटन मशरूम से, ऑयस्टर का, स्पेशली साजोर काजू जो है. ठीक है. और ऑयस्टर मशरूम जो है ये ग्रो करने भी आसान है, मुश्किल नहीं है. इसमें आपको पास्चर ये जो है कंपोस्ट प्रिपरेशन की जरूरत नहीं होती. आप सबस्ट्रेट 2D को भी, जैसे पंजाब में वो जो पैडी स्ट्रॉ, ये अपना वीट स्ट्रॉ लेते हैं, इसको आप गर्म उबलते हुए पानी से निकाल के एक दिन भिगो के फिर गर्म पानी से निकाल के यूज कर सकते हो. तो थोड़ा सा उगाना भी आसान है मशरूम. Growing of mushroom fungus along with indoor plants, is it any contamination problem? मशरूम को जैसे उगाते हैं, इंडोर इंडोर प्लांट्स भी होते हैं, तो उनसे कोई ज्यादा कंटेमिनेशन का ये होता नहीं. हाँ, आप दोनों को भी कर सकते हैं, पर बेहतर है आप ना स्टेराइल एनवायरनमेंट रखें. जो आपका ग्रोइंग रूम है, ज्यादा जो अननेसेसरी बाकी चीजें साथ में ना रखें उनके. नाउ डेज वी हियर अ लॉट अबाउट मशरूम कॉफी. uh, in this, what type of mushroom are used? Frankly speaking, I have not gone through any mushroom coffee these days. अगर आपके पास कोई इन्फॉर्मेशन है तो मुझे भेजना, मैं इसको पढ़ूंगा फिर आपको बता पाऊंगा. मैंने इसके बारे में अभी तक नहीं सुना मशरूम कॉफी. मे बी कोई मशरूम का कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट्स कॉफी के साथ ऐड किया हो, आप डिटेल भेजिएगा मुझे. सर, आई वांट टू प्रोड्यूस फॉर मिल्की वाइट मशरूम प्रोडक्शन, आई नीड नोट्स. I can give you material on the production technology of milky mushroom, right? I can give the material to maybe to Madhavi, she can share with you. So it is very easy to grow milky mushrooms, and you can grow them in summers, in hot summers. You can grow them without any AC and all. So they're easy to grow only. I can share material. There is a book which is by, I'm forgetting the name of, BC Suman. There is a book written by BC Suman on the production of mushrooms. There, the production technology is written in very much detail. I can share with you the notes regarding this. Right? Any other question?
Sir, I don't think there is any other question for the participants. So, sir, before concluding the session, I just want to say thank you on the behalf of everyone for joining us and giving your presence and for delivering such a thoughtful and informative session on mushroom production, sir.
Thank you so much, and I apologize from the delay due to network error. This computer was not taking Zoom. It was saying update me first. So that's why there was a delay, and I was to send this presentation to Madhvi, and she shared on my behalf. So thank you all, thank
Thank you
you
so much, sir.
organizers.
Okay, so participants, this is the end of the session. You can leave the meeting now.